everybody. We thought you might like to see Michael Rowe. Come on out. Hey, welcome. So we have two microphones set up, one over here, one over here. Feel free to get in the queue as soon as you want. Any questions about Flash, Arrow, the DC TV?
Wondering, what part are you most looking forward to about playing a superhero?
Great question.
Well, so far I've got to run, which I've been waiting to do for a whole season. So, absolutely. I mean, working with people as a superhero is a lot different than just playing a normal character. So, just seeing that transition has been absolutely insane and so much fun.
Who would win in a race between you and Flash?
Right now, Flash, but Jessie's only had her powers for a week and she's already almost as fast as him, so ask that again in about a month.
And when you're doing all your running takes, does the suit squeak?
It's a little squeaky. Very sweaty.
I really like that you're asking questions. I love it. What's it like playing a super villainous hero?
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. I get to do and say all the things that people only think and don't do and say. So, that's amazing. It's not too far off me in real life, actually.
You're a villainous hero?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a documentary.
Oh, what a bad one. Whew. Thank you. We're going to take the question over here.
So what's been your favourite fight scene to film so far, or at least even maybe to watch, if it's someone else's?
Have you had a favorite fight scene?
On Arrow or other things? Can I pick from anything I've ever done?
Anything, go on then.
I just fought this dude named Jason David Frank. He used to be a Power Ranger, and he's a real MMA fighter as well. He's had a couple professional fights, and I had to learn a 30-move fight scene that we were going to do all in one take. And then it was really good, and for the very last move of the fight, he actually punched me in the face, and that's the one that we kept putting in the thing. And they're like, it looks so real. I'm like, yeah, no shit, holy cow. And so, yeah, that was my favorite one because it felt like a real fight.
He's the original Green Power Ranger. He's not just a Power Ranger. For those who don't know, he's the original Green. How dare you call him a Power Ranger?
Sorry, the Power Ranger.
The original Green Ranger.
What was his name in it? I didn't watch it.
Tommy.
Tommy. Yeah, he had a kick-ass ponytail too, right?
He had a beautiful ponytail.
Yeah, he also got a good right hook, let me tell you.
Thank you. Violett.
I don't watch Legends of Tomorrow, but I think in this last episode, I've seen on Katie Lotz's Instagram a lot of her behind-the-scenes footage of this last recent episode, and she actually does almost all of her stunts and all of her fight choreography and jumps and all these things. She has this immense background, and I love watching her do her stuff because she's actually doing it. I think that's really cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
So surely you could just use the miracle to resurrect somebody and then cure the mental problems that come with it.
Interesting. Do you think Yeah. So the Mirakuru can possibly resurrect somebody on Arrow. Do you believe that is a possibility that we can really resurrect? Right? That's your question?
We saw it in
We saw it happen.
the female assistant of Deathstroke. He's resurrected after being shot when the blood is being infused.
Was he fully dead when they injected him with Mercury?
Well, I think she was injected once she'd been shot. I don't know if she was fully dead, but
He's mostly dead.
Okay. So what's the question?
The question is, could we resurrect Deadshot?
Oh, can we bring me back?
Didn't you blow up?
Maybe we just bring my head back to life.
Yeah.
Mercury? No, I don't buy that he was actually in that explosion.
Me neither.
So your question is null and void. But I think it could work for somebody else, just not for Deadshot. Maybe Deadshot should start working on Mirakuru bullets and then bring a bunch of dead bodies back to life and have a zombie episode or something like that. Nice hat, by the way.
thank you.
All right.
Thank you. We'll take.
Because it's so cute.
It's so cute. Jessie will be back, yes. She's going off and doing some stuff on Earth too. She's gonna handle some stuff, but she will be back. And I agree with you. I think it's really cute too. Keenan's an awesome dude, and I love working with him. And I hope there's a lot more hashtag Quick West in the future. Yeah.
Thank you.
Jesse's
So
the
is
best
your-
speedster, by the way.
What's that?
Jesse's the best speedster.
Hey girl, what's up?
That'd be fighting words. I like it. Do we think that Jesse and Wally, I feel like Jesse and Wally are pretty end game, right? Do we have some Quick West fans out there? There's some quiet.
There's a few of you.
Yeah, I think they're end game. Are we gonna get to see them romance some more?
I think so, yeah. Jesse's last line is, "Don't worry, I'll be back."
Right.
So that doesn't tell you anything. I don't know if you're actually watching the show.
Awesome. We'll take this question.
What has been your favourite episode to film in the Flash? And
Can you pull the mic down closer to your face? You can touch it.
what has been your favourite episode to film?
To film or to watch?
Just to watch.
I like the crossover episode they did last year, the back-to-back Flash and Arrow one. I thought that was great. My favorite moment on the show so far probably was when Diggle saw the Flash run for the first time and it freaked him out. I thought that was hilarious. I can't wait to see this year's crossover, but last year's was probably my favorite episode.
My favorite episodes were the two Earth 2 episodes of last season because all the actors got to play other versions of themselves and then interact with each other, which was hilarious and also really sad at parts. And I love the look of Earth 2. It's so cool, and I hope that there's a lot of scenes on Earth 2 with that whole world and universe, and the design concept is amazing. I love all that, yeah.
And Deadshot's in Earth 2.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, but he's a terrible shot. He lives with his mom and he's in therapy.
I like that.
I really want to see that. That's great. Thank you so much. You mentioned...
And my answer about the crossover episode, it wasn't last season, it was the season before, I think. Right?
Season 2.
Am I right?
Last season.
No?
I think it was last season.
Was it the first season of Flash when it did a big crossover?
I think they do it in all of them.
Yeah.
The one I'm talking about with Diggle, I think, was in season 3 of Arrow and season 4.
All right. So my question, before we take another audience question, because I know we're headed towards a 4-way crossover. Can either of you tease whether you'll be part of it?
Well, seeing as how they're filming it right now.
That doesn't mean anything. I don't believe that means anything.
The Big 4 crossover, no, unfortunately not. But they do mini crossovers all the time throughout all the shows and the whole season. So I could definitely see that being a thing. And personally, I would love to go to any of the shows. Arrow would be awesome. Emily and Echo over there are badass people, and I would love to work with them.
Supergirl?
Supergirl would be really cool. Melissa seems like the sweetest human that's ever lived. So that'd be really fun. And Legends is dope because you get to change time every single episode. So,
Michael, would you want to be part of crossovers?
Yeah, I want to go on Legends tomorrow and go back in time and like fight Genghis Khan or something like that.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, and you learn about history as well.
So it's educational. You want to do it for
It's
educational?
educational, yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
I've heard
Just
them all
those
sing.
3? Who are the 3 again?
Grant Gustin, Tom Cavanaugh, and Carlos Valdez.
Carlos has the best taste in music.
I think
We're not throwing Jesse in the mix?
I don't know if he sings.
oh, just Martin. Oh, Jesse Martin was very good. Oh man, just from personal experience of hearing them all, I would say Carlos has the most training. So I would say Carlos. Yeah.
Thanks.
Sorry.
There's so many singers.
I know. Sorry if you ever see this. You're really great too.
The show happens to, these shows have so many singers in them.
No, it's obviously why they're doing a musical episode.
Yeah.
They're all so freaking talented, and no one knows where that came from.
Do either of you sing?
Bust it out.
Michael, there's a microphone.
Yeah, but it's like a Bob Barker microphone. Oh yeah, that's better.
I'm trying, guys. Yeah, I'm trying.
Will Flash or Jesse ever get tiring?
Can you get closer to the microphone?
Will Flash and Jesse ever get tiring? Because they teased it a lot in season 2.
Will Flash and Jesse ever
Get a time ring.
Camera?
A time ring.
Wraith?
Time ring.
time ring?
On the
Time rings. Yep. Okay. It seems that we are unaware. Yes. Oh, rings.
Oh, I didn't realize that was called I feel like it would be called a costume ring. But,
Sorry, guys.
sorry. Yeah, no, those are really cool. Physically, they make absolutely no sense. I don't know how a whole entire leather costume could fit in a ring, but the idea of it is absolutely awesome, and I would love to be able to do that every day when I wake up in the morning, have a perfectly set out outfit come out of this ring. So, hell yeah, let's do it.
Thank you. Thank you for those who are translating for us. Yes.
I don't really feel any pressure because the way it was put to me was that we were going to draw from the comics, but we were going to sort of create a different version of it. So I actually didn't go back and read much of the comic books for Deadshot. I just found out what damaged him. Every villain has an origin story of what sent them into that sort of dark place. So I need to find out what happened to him. I went by the original comic series where he accidentally shot and killed his own brother, and so he becomes obsessed with never missing again because when he misses, people he loves die. So I just learned all about what happened to him to send him off in that different direction. And then I just went off of the conversation I had with the writers and the producers and stuff like that and just built him up from there. So I really didn't feel much pressure. It was very cool. I mean, they told me I was going to be playing just an army dude when I showed up and did an audition, and then when I went to get fit for my wardrobe, I realized I was going to be Deadshot, and I knew him from the comics. So it was like the best Christmas gift I ever could have got, you know what I mean? I didn't even believe it at first, but it was very cool, and yeah, anytime they asked me to put on the eye patch and show up to work, I'm there.
Yeah, I had a similar, hiring process as well. I didn't know who I was going to be playing. I figured I was just some random, one episode character. So I didn't feel much pressure at that point. But once I had booked it, then, I was like, okay, I need to study up a little bit. I need to know who this person is. But at the same time, I mean, both of our shows do a really good job of paying homage to the comic books, but also creating a new storyline that people can find interesting and people who do know the comics can also enjoy. So there wasn't too much pressure per se, but definitely just, hearing the response from the fans and loving it, and that's why we do it. So I love my Kelsey, yeah.
Thank you. Assuming Deadshot is still alive, because I am assuming this very much so, in a fight between Deadshot and Jessie as she is now, who would win?
Jessie has a cooler suit. She wins the fashion part of the contest.
Yeah.
I win for best eye patch, but in a fight, I don't know. She's only throwing one punch, so I'd have to catch her, which would be impossible.
Okay. First of all, one scripted punch.
So, let's turn to the professionals out there. Did Deadshot shoot Flash in the comics? Was he able to shoot Flash, even though he's so quick? I think there was some kind of storyline to do with that.
Raise your hand if you know the answer. Well, I'm disappointed in all
We'll just
of
say
you.
yes.
I'm disappointed.
If nobody can disprove it,
Yeah.
then
So
I
it's
would take that as a yes.
Awesome. Yes.
Hi, first off, I'd like to say you were better Deadshot than Will Smith.
Nice.
Agreed.
But my question is, DC or Valiant?
I'm kind of in Valiant mode right now because I'm still filming that one. It's pretty intense. I like to dance with the one that brought me, so I'll always be a fan of DC and Deadshot. And I like that they did this movie and that Will Smith got the gig. It's making him a household name. He was kind of like a B grade team, part of a B series, you know what I mean? And now they've been promoted to A, so I'm proud of that. I'm down with that. I'm a fan as much as that, I like playing them. I like reading the comics and stuff like that. But Valiant is very cool. They're doing something really outside the box, and the art that they bring to their books, and they're dealing with like more current issues and stuff like that. So I enjoy their books for a whole different reason.
Brilliant.
Thank
you.
Yes.
What's it like to work with the Flash?
What's it like to
Work with the Flash.
work with the Flash?
What is
Does
it?
he have you over for dinner? Does the Flash have you over for dinner?
Yeah, man, the Flash in his suit. It's like, Violet, come on over. No, let's see. You mean Grant? Yeah. Grant he's a really good guy. Yeah, it's a really important role for someone to be the lead of a show. And, sort of the energy that you bring to the set every morning is kind of the energy that everyone feels for the whole day. So it's extremely important to have someone that is, in good spirits and is kind to everyone and knows their crew. And Grant is definitely that person. And so it makes every day on set really easy and fun.
Red Hood.
Do you want to elaborate, or you're just going to Red Hood?
I like the storyline of Jason Todd being brought back by Lazarus Pit and then like sort of going against Batman. I think it's super dark and weird and creepy, and I'd like to play that guy.
I've said it a lot, but I've always loved Poison Ivy. I love her origin story and how she, uses her powers from nature, and I just know I like everything about her. And I'm gonna be here for Halloween next year, I think. So I'm gonna be on a plane this year. Might be a little strange. Be on a 10-hour flight wearing some ivy, but I've always loved her, and I think it'd be really fun to play her.
I also really like Lobo. I'd have to put on 60 pounds of muscle, but there's one version of Lobo when they rebooted him who I feel like I could, be able to pull that off if they went that route. But he's been one of my favorite characters since I was a kid.
Good choices, thank you.
Thank you. Speedster. Ooh. Yeah, our choices are...
There's Jay Garrick, and Barry Allen, and Kid Flash, and Jesse Quick, and Bart Allen, and this, I feel like
everyone's shouting us more.
Impulse, is that one?
Yeah, Reverse Flash.
Reverse Flash.
He doesn't count.
Zoom. Oh my god, there's so many.
Arrival.
Oh man, I would say the fake Jay Garrick. The one that Teddy Sears plays was my favorite because I had no idea that was like happening. He was Zoom. Yeah. Oh, well, you should have watched it by now. It's not a spoiler.
Yeah. If you haven't watched it, you're in the wrong panel.
Yeah, Teddy Sears was awesome. So seeing him being able to play Jay Garrick and then also Zoom was pretty sweet. And he was one of the rare ones that I think knew from the beginning that was his arc. So he was able to be very different in the two of them, which is helpful as an actor to know that.
Thank you. Yeah.
Could we see different versions of the both of you on different Earths? Like Earth 3 and 4?
Will we see different versions of you on the different Earths?
You see a ton of Harrison Wells from all of the Earths in one of these episodes. It's absolutely insane. I know Tom had a lot of fun with that. He plays like a Western Harrison Wells.
Evil hipster Harrison Wells.
Evil hipster.
Or the mime one. That's what that was. It was a mime.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I always think it would be cool if Jesse was like a mad rapper or something. Because I'm so bad that it would force me to learn how to just like throw it down. I think that'd be really fun.
Do you want to see some dead shots on other Earths?
Yeah, I mean, what would Deadshot be like on Earth 3? We saw like the polar opposite, where he's, total wimp. I don't know, maybe he's like a hippie, and he like uses his shooting to like tranquilize animals and bring them back to the wild or something like that. Or,
So sweet.
I also was thinking of vet for some reason.
Really?
Yeah, like you'd be a vet.
A vet, interesting.
Like a veterinarian.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I thought. All right. Thank you so much. Oh, we have one final question. Yes, sir.
This is for Michael.
Can you speak into the mic, please?
I'm sorry, I don't know what mic is. Michael, this is for you. Could you introduce us to your trailer for your next project, which we have queued up for you?
Oh, really?
Yep.
Sounds like we do.
On the screen? Oh,
On the giant screen.
The screen.
cool. Yeah, this is something that we've been working on down in LA. It's a project combo between Valiant Comics using all their characters and these people who do Superpower Beatdown, Bat in the Sun. And it's crazy. And I get to play Ninjak. He's a kind of like a cross between Batman, Bruce Lee, James Bond, MacGyver, and the Fonz.
Awesome. Let's see it.